Hello, this is a story about Mr. Vlad. You don't know him? Listen carefully to this story. It's afternoon, the sky is blue, and some birds are playing with the wind. Down on the ground near the canyon, this is the right way to reach Mr. Vlad's home. Here it is. A modern house with a big red window. The 4 letters on the wall show that Mr. Vlad really lives here. Let's go inside. Mr. Vlad is still sleeping in his strange bed. He likes to sleep at daytime, totally different from us. He's dreaming in a stand-up style wooden Murphy bed. Exactly at 12 o'clock, Mr. Vlad wakes up and comes out of his cozy bed. He sits on the chair, drinks his night tea and reads his night paper. The view from his window is marvelous. Mountains, shiny stars and the yellow full moon. After a long breakfast at night, he starts to get busy on a new artwork with his magical masking tape. This tape is his favorite to create something new, even while he's lying on the ground. Wonderful! Art is to explore your mind with your ideas. Walking is to explore the outer world. So he decides to put his black coat on. With a walking can in his hand, Mr. Vlad strolls into the night. The stars behind the mountains and all around him are uncountable, millions or maybe more. After a while he arrives at a small town. Mr. Vlad approaches the window. He sees a sleepy girl. On her table lies a white book. The big letters on it shows its name, Vlad. Mr. Vlad's eyes begin to laugh, and he has that wonderful idea to give a small sign of his existence to this sleeping girl. He puts a tiny piece of masking tape on the edge of the table and goes back to his home, because the end of the night is not very far. Early in the morning, earlier than the morning before, May wakes up. She's stretching her arms high up into the air. On her table, she discovers a tiny piece of masking tape. Mysterious, May whispers. I don't know where this tape comes from. I never use masking tape for any reason. Was my dream true, or was it just a dream, like many others? She dreamed what she read, or did she read what she was dreaming? May has a perfect idea for this special day. I will try to find Mr. Vlad. Maybe this tape is a sign from him personally, and he's living in real. May starts to pick her bag. Don't forget your book, she reminds herself. The weather is so beautiful, the sky is blue. She walks through the town and crosses the small bridge behind the church. After a while, May takes a small rest to climb onto a rock. To get a better overview, she uses her telescope. She discovers some birds high up in the sky. It looks as if they are playing with the wind. May whispers, just like in my book. The birds, and deeper down the canyon, and there, the wooden sign. Immediately, she keeps on walking. As she arrives the canyon, the wooden sign, Vlad, turns up. Yes! May triumphs. Keep going! With a book in her hands, she arrives. 4 letters on the wall tell her that she is at the right place. She enters. "Hello, Mr. Vlad," she asks, and her eyes search the room. May sees the strange Murphy bed and the empty cup of his night tea, but no Mr. Vlad. The sun slowly begins to fall. May's eyes spot to Mr. Vlad's magical tape, and she again has a perfect idea what to do. At midnight, Mr. Vlad wakes up like all the nights before, but this time something changed his life. First, Mr. Vlad discovers a book with his name on it. Then he sits on his chair before he drinks his night tea and reads the lines in front of him. His heart gets warm and he laughs when his eyes notice the sign on the wall made of that magical tape. What's next? What will he do? Let's take a look in the next book.